Hi there, welcome back to Milkit Reviews. Taclite Pro long sleeve shirt. Now that's a bit of a mouthful. Right, I've been wearing 511 shirts and trousers for the past 7 years. Started off with the original ones, the cotton ones, right, and brilliant. Right, then they started bringing out the Taclite Pro series, right, and I started off with one of their vests. I've got two cotton vests and a Taclite, right. That started to turn me towards the Taclite series, I must admit. Right, this was the first Taclite Pro shirt that I had. It's in Tundra. Right, it's my favourite colour. Right, and I just fell in love with this the second I opened the packaging. The cotton is good, but this is better. Right, it's a 65% polyester, 35% cotton ripstop material. It's very, very comfortable to wear, especially in the hot weather. Right, it's great with a t-shirt under it in the cooler weather. Right, so in my opinion, it's a good all-rounder. Right, as with the cotton shirts, and I'll do a cotton shirt in a separate review because I think it's important I cover those. Right, the fit of these shirts are fantastic. Right, now I mean I've got a 52-inch chest, so I find it quite difficult to buy garments to fit me, right, and at the end of the day this is part of the reason why I love 511. I know I can order a double XL, take it out of the packet and it's going to fit. The arms are the right length, right, the waist is great, the chest is great, everything about it, right, is just superb. It washes perfectly. This has been washed maybe 7 or 8 times now, maybe more than that. Still retained its colour. Right, there's no fade problems with it anywhere at all. Right, I mean generally if you're going to get fade, it's all around the pocket edges, the areas of high wear, right, and there's no problem with that whatsoever. So 511 really have thought out where they're going to bar tack certain areas, right, and in total, right, on one of these shirts there's 26 of them. Right, and everywhere you look, everywhere you can think of that it's going to be high stress, right, you'll find a bar tack or two there. It's mainly triple stitched, especially around the high stress areas again, right, the bits that are going to wear. Right, now, it wouldn't be 511 unless you had hidden pockets, right, they love them, right, and I love them, right, it makes it great, but I find these hidden pockets in the shirts, I've carried very sensitive paperwork tucked inside these on numerous occasions, and believe you me, nobody would ever know it was there unless you knew that these shirts had these hidden pockets. They just like kept a couple of extra seams. Those of you that don't know, right, they're here, right, and they're big, right. I mean, you start off here, right, next to the buttons, right, and it goes right the way across to the top of the arm, right. I mean, let's move it over a bit so you can actually see it. It's right over here, and it goes from your shoulder seam down to near enough your waist, so there's plenty of room in there to take those things. You've got the same on the other side. Excuse me. The other thing, the breast pockets, again, Velcro closure, they're great, they're a nice size, right. I mean you can get a nice big PDA in there, right, with no problem at all. Right, again, Velcro closure, both pockets are the same. They have a pen loop or a pen slot in the top. Actually makes the pen disappears down inside the pocket. There is no separate channel there for it, okay, which is one big plus because it doesn't compromise the size of the pocket at all. Right, while we're on the front of the shirt, the buttons, they're melamine, right. I've never broken one, and believe me, there's been plenty of reasons for them to break, right, but they've never broken. I've never had the stitching fall apart on them, right, never. It's just not happened. Right, nice touch. You've got these hidden button down collar flaps, which on the inside of the collar, I don't know if you can see that, it's a separate piece of material, right, and that just buttons down, keeps that nice and smartly in place, right, as if you need to use it. I don't use them, right, I just undo them and leave them so that they're gives me a bit of freedom in the neck area. Right, double buttons on the cuffs, right, and again an additional button part way down on the sleeve. Right, you've got a double pen slot, right, at the top of the left sleeve here. Let's find me pen again, and it goes another one there beside it, right, and they're very well made, nicely tucked in there. One thing I do like about these in the summer months when you want to roll those sleeves up, down inside, I'm not going to roll them, it takes too long, but down inside here you have a strap, and that strap, once you've rolled the sleeves up, you can see you've got a button and a buttonhole there, but once you've rolled the sleeves up, that strap pops through that little loop there, right, and does up, keeping those sleeves just where you want them. Sorry. Now, one thing that is absolutely superb about all of the 511 tactical shirts, the cotton ones as well as the Taclite Pro shirts, is when you turn it over. Now, if you're in a hot environment, excuse me waving this around, but if you're in a hot environment, ventilation's what you want, and here you go. Right, this is a cape affair over the back, stitched in the middle, and hopefully you might be able to see this. Right, you've got a mesh right the way across the back, and that is absolutely fantastic in the hot weather. To feel that breeze blowing up the back of your shirt might sound a bit kinky, but believe me, it's fantastic. Right, if you haven't bought one of these before, I suggest that you give it a go, because at the end of the day, until you've actually had one and tried it, you really won't appreciate just how well thought out these shirts are. The elbows, I nearly forgot that, are double reinforced, so if you're heavy on those, right, then at the end of the day you've got no worries about those. One thing I would like to see, if it was ever possible, right, and probably not, it's gone too far now, sorry, if you could get some elbow pads to slot in, like with the knee pads in the trousers, maybe elbow pads that could slot into those, right, might find very handy. 6 pockets in total. I think it's about 8 or 9 different colours this shirt comes in, including white. Right, I think that's great. Right, you can even wear this as a uniform shirt with it being in white as well. If anybody's got any questions, please let me know. Right, if I don't know the answer, I'll certainly try and find someone that does. I will, at the end of the day, be popping a few more reviews up. So if you want to subscribe to the channel, if you haven't already, you'll get the email updates on them. Thanks for watching. Right, I hope you enjoyed the reviews. Right, and look forward to hearing from you. Please fire those questions at me.